the Chicago Cubs, the 2016 World Series champions. We have us a team build here, and I streamed this live on Twitch. I played a bunch of subscribers, 3-inning games. It was a lot of fun. We had about 70 people in there for most of it. It was really, really fun. Make sure you go follow me on Twitch so you can jump in on it next time. The rotation is going to go Jake Arrieta, John Lester, John Lackey's flashback, Matt Garza's flashback, and Kyle Hendricks. There's also that flashback Jeff Samardzija, but I'm not a huge fan of him on this game. The bullpen at the top, Daniel Hudson, he's going to come out. That's going to be Travis Wood. From him down, it's going to be Andrew Kashner, Joe Smith, Pedro Strop, Hector Rondon, Jason Mott, and Aroldis Chapman. Right here before it goes off, you're going to see Travis Wood flip in for Daniel Hudson, and bam, there it is. So here's our lineup, man. We're going to go Kenny Lofton, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Jim Edmonds, Ernie Banks, Luis Gonzalez, Kyle Schwarber, and Ryan Sandberg in the 8-hole. We're going up against David Price in this first game, and like I said, guys, we played 3-inning games against subscribers live on Twitch. We got 5 games in. It was a lot of fun. We're streaming for about 2 hours. Let's jump into game number 1. First pitch to Kenny Lofton sees. My opponent accidentally put the quick counts on, so we started with a 1-1 count. First pitch to Kenny Lofton's base hit back up the middle. Stealing second base on the next pitch. Chris Bryant hits a little chopper out in front of the catcher, but that'll work well. Kenny Lofton was stealing second, so he goes to third on the play. Next man up, Anthony Rizzo, and he's going to take a slider on the outside corner, and he's just going to drive it to the left center field gap. Doesn't have enough juice to get a hit, but that's going to be plenty deep to get Kenny Lofton in from third base. That'll score a run. Up after Anthony Rizzo is Jim Edmonds, and Jim Edmonds going to go back up the middle, almost the same spot as Kenny Lofton. That'll put a runner on first now for my boy Ernie Banks. Full count with 2 outs to Ernie Banks, and Ernie Banks, opposite field, ding dong. That's about 5 or 6 rows up in right field. That's a blast for Ernie Banks. For each home run I hit, I opened a standard plus pack live on stream. So again, guys, go follow me on Twitch. The streams are going to be lit. It was a lot of fun. But we take a 3-0 lead in the first inning. He's going to hit now in the third inning, and he's going to start this thing off with a base hit back up the middle with 1 out. Now he's trying to steal second base with Kenji Morales up there at a 3-1 count, and that's pretty much going to shut down his rally. We get to throw him out. Now we got a 3-2, 2-out count to Kenji Morales. He hits that ball pretty hard, but right at the left fielder. That'll do it for the first game. We go 1-0 so far with the Chicago Cubs team. Next man we're playing, he's got Homer Bailey on the mound. Got Craig Gentry, Jason Hayward, Addison Petty, I believe that's his creative player, Desmond Jennings, Prince Fielder, Jace Peterson, Juan Uribe, and Orlando Arcia. We have a significant team advantage in this one, but that's all good. He's got those sick little Braves throwback unis. I like those a lot. And we're starting it off with a beautiful play from Chris Bryant. He gets Gentry, the 92 speed, out at first base, and that's going to give us 1 down. 0-2 count now to Jason Hayward. He swings over top of that changeup. John Lester on the mound, and this one looking good. Still struggling with the analog pitching, guys. Got to bear with me with that. It's extremely hard, but we get through the first inning unscathed. Now it's our turn to hit here. We're going to skip into the second for Ernie Banks in an 0-1 count, and Ernie Banks again. This time he pulls it out to left. That's back-to-back games with a blast for Ernie Banks. We take a 1-0 lead. Going to skip into the third now. It's the bottom half. He's got a full count to his Juan Uribe, and he's going to get a walk to start it off. That's not a good start. 0-2 count now to Orlando Arcia, and he tried to drop the bunt cheese, but he fouls it off, so that's going to be a strikeout. Next batter in a 2-2 count. Going to hit a ground ball out in front of the catcher. I knew he was going to try and score right when he hit it, so I just ran the runner back to third instead of throwing it to first. So now he's got runners on the corners with 1 out for Craig Gentry, and he's just going to hit a little fly ball out to right field. He's got 97 speed on third, but that should not be deep enough as we get a solid throw here from Kenny Lofton, and that'll keep the runner on third. So we're going to bring Aroldis Chapman in now with 2 outs. Try and make sure we seal the deal here. We get the strikeout looking with Aroldis Chapman. So now we're 2-0 with this team. Next game, we're going against the Destroyer. He's got Jose Fernandez on the mound with Mauer, Trout, Beltran, creative player, Ted Williams, Matt Carpenter, Mark Teixeira, and then Beltre in the 9-hole. Stacked lineup, Fernandez versus Arrieta. Let's see how we do. Jumping straight in here, first batter of the game. We're going to work the ball down, and he's going to get a base hit out to right field. Punches that between first and second base, gets the base knock. Next man up is Mike Trout. We came up and in on him. He got the barrel on it, but not enough. It's going to be a fly ball down the right field line. In fair territory, but not going to do any damage. That'll keep the runner on first. Next man up is Joe Mauer, and he's going to hit a ground ball to second. And Ryan Sandberg. That should have been a base hit, Runner would have went first to third. Instead, we get the ground out. The runner on first has to stay at second. And then we're going to get an inning-ending ground ball to shortstop. Ernie Banks takes care of that. So he gets the base hit. Doesn't get anything to show for it. It's our turn to hit now in the second, where Ernie Banks, the GOAT. That's a big fly out to left center field and gone. 3 straight games with a dinger for Ernie Banks. I was open up standard plus packs left and right because of that man. He is a stud. We're going to bring Aroldis Chapman in here in the third, try and end this thing out. We get the ground ball to third base to start it from Adrian Beltre. Next man up is going to be Corey Hart. We're going to work the ball up and away from him. Chapman on his third pitch of the game, and that's going to be a fly ball at center field. Hits it extremely hard, but right at Jim Edmonds. That's going to give us 2 down. Later in the inning, he's got a runner on first now. One swing of the bat could walk it off for him. But instead, we're going to blow the fastball by Beltran. That's going to give us our 3rd straight win on this video. And we're going to jump into game number 4. He's got the Chicken Skinners, Ben Revere, creative player, Andre Ethier, Kenny Vargas, Brett Wallace, James McCann, Luis Gonzalez, and Chris Coughlin with Matt Moore on the bump. Jumping straight into the second inning now, we have Jim Edmonds up there in a 2-2 count. Still got Matt Moore on the dish, and that's just an ugly swing. Terrible swing with Jim Edmonds. He goes down swinging. That's going to bring up Ernie Banks. He's batting .500 with 3 dingers in 3 games. This dude is a complete stud, and he keeps it going. 4 straight games with a no-doubt bomb. That one's out to center, right center-ish, about 430 feet, laser beam, and gone. So we take a 1-0 lead. He's going to try and fight back now, though. He's got a runner on second. We just really missed the location on that pitch, and he pounds it in the left center field. That's going to be an RBI double, tying this game up, equalizing the Ernie Banks home run. It's 1-1 now. We're going to jump into the third. We have Ryan Sandberg leading it off with a base knockout to left field between shortstop and third base. Now we got Fred McGriff coming in to pinch hit for the pitcher, and that's just a garbage pitch. We shouldn't be swinging at nonsense like that. That's going to be a pop-up to Brett Wallace to third base. That'll keep the runner on first. Kenny Lofton's the next man up, and he gets a hanger. And he's going to drive that out to deep center field, but not deep enough. Kenny Lofton doesn't have too much power, but that's okay. It's all good. Chris Bryant's the next man up. 3-0 count, and Chris Bryant swinging. He gets a base hit back up the middle. That's going to go first to third. We're going to put runners on the corners now with 2 outs for the big dog, Cliff Floyd. And Cliff Floyd in a 3-2 count is just going to pop it up behind the catcher. That was our opportunity to take the lead in the last inning. Instead, we choked it up. We popped it up behind the plate. But we're going to bring Chapman in here for the bottom of the third, try and stay out of trouble and go into the 4th inning and get some hits. We get the strikeout to start it off, and now Ben Revere up there with the lefty-lefty. He's going to go down swinging as well. Change up on the outside corner. 1-2 count now to his creative player, and that's not good. Thought it was going at first, but it's going to bounce off the top of the wall, and that'll keep him in play. He does not get the walk-off, but the game-winning run is now on second base, and look at this pitch. That's a beautiful pitch, but an even better swing. Andre Ethier just pokes it out to left field, and that's going to be an RBI single to walk it off. Tip my hat to my opponent there. That was a great swing. Chapman threw a beautiful fastball right on the inside corner, down in at the knees, and he just inside out to the left field. Beautiful swing. It's all good. We're 3-1 with this squad. Now we're going up against Carlos Carrasco and the Bulldogs. Got Michael Bourne, Cano, Seager, Bryant, Bogarts, Morales, Rizzo, and Russell Martin. Into the second inning, we got Jim Edmonds up there in a 1-2 count. He's still got his starter out there, and Jim Edmonds. Little hop in his step there. He pimped that one. No doubter. 10 rows behind the bullpen. Absolute moonshot. Next man up is Luis Gonzalez, and Luis Gonzalez is going to hit a blast. That's 2 dingers in the second inning. He hits it right in that tunnel there in right field, about 400-foot bomb. Next man up again, Kyle Schwarber, and Luis Gonzalez and Kyle Schwarber go back to back. That ball just gets out over the wall, but it counts just the same. 3 solo taters in the second inning. Edmonds hit one, Ernie Banks grounded out, and then Gonzalez and Schwarber went back to back. We take our 3-0 lead into the 9th, where we started off with a ground ball. Next man up, Russell Martin, gonna work the ball inside. I don't know what he was swinging out there, but we get the strikeout. And then a 1-2 count to David Ortiz. We miss our spot, but again, swinging at garbage, helping us out a little bit. We go 4-1 against subscribers with this team, man. It was a lot of fun. Anyone who was at the stream, shout out to you guys, man. It was a lot of fun. But again, I'm gonna be streaming a lot more often, so make sure you check out my Twitch. Make sure you get in on this action. It's gonna be lots of fun. I can't wait to play all of you guys at some point or another. Smash the like button if you enjoyed, man. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, it's Top Shelf, and I'm out.